All right, guys. So drove to Gold's this morning, and this morning Gold's gym, that is supposed to be 24 hours, is closed. So I headed home. I'm gonna find out what that's about. It's probably because of this rain and ice and snowish stuff. But yeah, I will have to find another way to get my workout in. Supposedly they're supposed to be opening back up at 10 o'clock, so we'll try again a little bit later. But this situation shows how clearly unaccountable so many people are. Because with this much rain and a little bit of ice, so few people would go to the gym that it didn't make sense for them to stay open when they're a 24-hour gym. So anyway, we will see you in a bit. Good morning and welcome to the Accountability Project. So, like my earlier video stated, gym was closed this morning. They're supposed to open up again at 10 o'clock. So I'll probably be doing my workout after my reading today. So starting with Science of Success. Short chapter. Again, the chapters in this book are a little bit shorter. And right now they're kind of going through just writings other people had of Napoleon Hill. And so it was interesting listening to some of the thoughts that in his 80s, he was leaning forward and active as if he was in his 20s, because he was so passionate about his definiteness of purpose in life, that he had that enthusiasm and drive for helping people become successful and achieve their goals. And ultimately, that's what we want to do here, is help other people become successful. Now, one of the interesting things was he was actually a counselor to two different sitting presidents. I believe it was Woodrow Wilson and FDR. And supposedly, according to the book, the thought that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself is actually something Napoleon Hill had said to FDR multiple times, and then he turned that kind of into the legend that statement became. So it's interesting seeing how some of the influence of some of these early success writers had in every arena, not just in their particular businesses. So fired up about that. Next up is 7 Habits of Highly Effective Leaders. And today's chapter was about habit 7. And this one, I think, is one that I think a lot of us struggle with, and that's sharpening the saw. Habit 7 is renewal. And we've all kind of heard the story of a man trying to chop down a tree with an axe. You should spend twice as much time sharpening the saw as you spend swinging the axe. And that's because with a dull axe, you'll swing forever, because you'll never actually have any progress. But if you take the time to sharpen every now and then you'll be able to continually move forward in your goal. And he breaks it into the 4 areas of life, so to speak, that you need to renew on a daily basis. And he breaks it up as spiritual, social, physical, and mental. Yeah, physical, mental, spiritual, and social and emotional, which is very similar to the 4 areas that I have lined out that I'm trying to develop more consistency and success in. For us, that looks like faith, family, fitness, and finance. But here we're talking about mental, spiritual, physical, and then social aspects. And he said, commit 1 hour a day to 3 of those, which would be the mental, the physical, and spiritual. because the third one requires other people. And that's something that by being more intentional in your daily activities, you can develop more social renewal, and each day be working on habits 4, 5, and 6 while you're having your daily interactions. But you can focus on habits 1, 2, and 3 intentionally by developing spiritually, developing mentally, and taking some time to get some physical exercise every day. He recommends an hour a day to knock out all 3. I probably spend a little bit more than that, because I truly believe in the value of this last piece, which is sharpening your tools before using them. And the more we sharpen them between each use, the sharper they get. And that ultimately is my goal, to develop personally, physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, so that I have the capacity to reach the results that I ultimately want in life, and to be able to help other people do the same. So highly, highly, highly encourage that. He recommends, even if it's just something as simple as a little bit of stretching and calisthenics in the morning. Excuse me, not COVID, I swear. That being said, the storm last night didn't really affect us much. However, I am getting reports from some friends around town that different people are having power outages, and it's starting to hit that era. So we'll see how today shapes up and shapes out. And I will be hitting the gym at some point unless they lose power. So with that, stay accountable, condense the pain, let's get it done. Bloop.